well, this is my ZX6 you've seen all before, and for the first time in nearly 13 years of ownership, it decided to let me down yesterday and left me stranded in Romford. It's not the bike's fault, it's the stupid bloody alarm's fault. It's fitted with a Meta M357T, and apparently I'm reading on the internet, I'm very lucky it hasn't gone wrong in about the first years of having it, so 3 years of having it. And so it left me stranded yesterday. Parked the bike up, alarmed it as usual, come back to the bike, pushed the key fob as usual, and absolutely nothing. There's nothing wrong with the battery of the bike. There's no LED flashing, which was perfectly alright before. So by playing around over there, all you can get in there is just turn the key on and get the alarm to go off. Do this about 15 times and suddenly it will start working again. You might be lucky if you get it once and manage to get the immobiliser off. Other times the alarm will come off, the LED will flash, and the alarm will switch off but still leave the immobiliser in position. And by playing around with the ignition switch about 2 or 3 times on and off, on and off, on and off, you may be able to trigger it to get the immobiliser off. This is how I've got it home. After about an hour of keep playing around, practically flattening the battery on the bike, I managed to ride the bike home. Since then, it's never started. As I said, it's nothing to do with the bike itself, it's perfectly okay, it's proved itself. It's your awful alarm system. The point is, they'll fork out and have a new alarm plugged into it. It doesn't need any wiring done in it, because all the wiring's perfect. It's just purely the alarm module unit under the seat. So here you go, we just try it out again. There's no thing on there, nothing on the clipper. So nothing. Excuse me a second. Ooh, Well, we've got one beep now, so the alarm ain't gone off. But have we got a red LED? Yes. Which is now flashing, even though no one's done anything. And we do have a red card for it, but when the LED's not working, you can't count the amount of times it flashes to get away with the special get me out of trouble card.
Stop flashing now.
Does it stop flashing?
No, it started flashing.
Started flashing again. Right. Some kind of like fault mode then, isn't it? Now that flashing is how it would normally be when it's armed and alarmed, but not with the ignition on. So we turn that off. See if it self-arms itself after about, I believe it's 50 seconds.
Flashing.
Now normally if it was going to arm itself in that immobiliser, it wouldn't be flashing. That stays off, and then after about 50 seconds the indicator's flashing, puts the immobiliser on. So we tried the thing what we're getting, see if that works here. Right, that's actually switched it off now, it's telling you that the bike will actually start. Try that, key in. Clock's do a little dance.
Stop.
Like a liar, in other words, especially look like a bloody idiot. Well, it's running. Just made me look like an idiot, as I've just said. Because after spending about 5 hours in the garden last night, it didn't want to know. It sat here overnight. I fully charged the bike's battery. I actually disconnected the alarm, unplugged the module, and also disconnected the battery and put it all back on again. I've tried that 3 times to no avail, and now I've saved video in it. It's decided it's going to start working again. But yeah, how trustworthy is it? Right, we should shut it down again. choking. Don't like turning it off after just starting it, but needs must. So it's back off again there. Now just to see if it actually arms itself on the immobiliser. No LED, as usual, it's common. Give it 50 seconds. We're about 35 now. It's the longest 50 seconds of your life. If it's going to work. Doesn't look like it's going to do much, does it? No, don't know, it's going to self-harm itself. So we've still got a fault there somewhere along the line. Try the clipper again, see if it actually does anything. No, absolutely nothing. So brand new set of batteries in that one, and I've put 2 brand new batteries in the other one, which is part of the ignition key. This is the spare one. Absolutely nothing. So now we can't even disarm it, we can't alarm it or do anything. And chances are if we turn the key on, even though it says that it's not immobilised, it probably never even start. We've got a little dance. Need a bit of choke just to get the benefit of the doubt. Nothing. So the immobiliser's coming without telling you. There's no flash of lights. So I'm out in the middle of Dartmoor somewhere, I can't get home. Leave me in the old, in the manure, you may say. Thank you very much, alarm system. That's £300 down the drain, wasn't it? Right. So what we're talking here is calling an engineer out. He probably want a couple of £100 just to plug another meter alarm in there, the V2 version of it, the version 2, and walk off quite happy. Or we pull the whole blooming lot out, trace all the black wiring back and rip the whole lot out. Preferably I wouldn't like to do that, I'd like it to have an alarm on the bike, so it's time to look for another alarm and do it myself, I think. Oh well. Now we've got a lovely wonderful bike which is completely finished for the sake of a £300 alarm system. It's nothing to do with the poor bike. It's very disappointing, very annoying. Oh well, here we go.